Hi Scorpio, what's going on? We're here with your reading for mid-May. I hope that you're all doing well. When I split the deck before, I was seeing High Priestess and I was seeing Six of Wands, which can be like a triumph that you're keeping to yourself. It can be something that's going to happen, maybe something that didn't occur yet, maybe something that didn't occur officially. I'm seeing Ten of Swords, and I'm also seeing King of Cups here. Looks like you're remaining cool-headed. Starting off with Ten of Swords can mean that something is finally over. This would feel like a sense of relief on you mentally. But you can still be dealing with like the after effects of this. Feels like King of Cups and the Lovers are in the middle of this. So it can be, this thing is going on. I'm sort of in the midst of processing. Having King of Cups here, it feels like you're processing this well, even though it can be a difficult thing right now. And I'm seeing the Lovers. This usually has to do with something going on within a partnership. You can feel like something emotionally went awry, something like that. Thought it was going to be one way, something could be going on that's like different than how you wanted it to be. I'm seeing you be in a period where you can feel like you're taking this time right now to recharge. You could have felt like you needed a break as well. Some of you felt let down by something. Let down. Okay. Whatever it was that happened, I'm seeing there be a conversation about it. It feels like this is a direct talking about whatever this was. It can be something that's difficult to go back into and talk about, but it's like after the fact. So whatever this situation was, it's over with. So like the physical experience of going through that is done now, but I'm seeing there be a conversation about what had happened. So things can go from there, because it looks sort of like with Ten of Swords leading into the Fool, what had happened is like over and done with. Discussion about it because of where we're going now. Because I'm seeing you feel like you're sort of in a new situation that you're figuring out. Looks like there's talk about this as well. Feels like sad about the way that something happened with someone. You could also be finding support within a relationship as well, while also dealing with sort of what had occurred and the emotional experience that you've been having around that. And it feels like now is a time where you could be really focusing on yourself, really focusing on your needs, while still dealing with the emotional aftermath of whatever this was that had happened. It does feel like this is going to be a new chapter now with you and someone else. Something new getting started. Resting before this new venture of yours. So this feels like in the beginning, whatever it was that you were dealing with, this is going to close out completely. It's going to close out entirely. Even though it's not taking place anymore, it feels like the conversations surrounding this are also going to come to an end, because whatever needed to be talked about is going to be discussed. That then feels like it allows you to, with a clear head and also feeling more clear emotionally, be able to step into this new leg of your journey. I'm seeing stuff going on with you and another person, so you can feel like there's a focus on connecting with someone while also dealing with it feels like what you're dealing with emotionally, and it can be based off of what you were dealing with in the beginning. So even though it may not be coming into discussion anymore, and whatever situation that was, it's finished now, you can feel like you're dealing still emotionally with the aftermath of it, even though I'm seeing you are already into something else, like in the middle of something else that's going on with you and another person, while also still dealing with stuff emotionally based off of what had happened before. But this feels like just you being on your own, sort of dealing with this, whatever it is. And then I'm seeing that there's something that you're going to be getting into, but I'm seeing you take some time for yourself before this happens. Feels like you're still like finding your way through processing something emotionally. That's not happening anymore. All of this stuff that's being dealt with that can be heavier stuff, I'm seeing those situations are closed out. You're just still dealing with the stuff that sort of comes after, but you're not currently experiencing those situations anymore. What you're currently experiencing is focusing on a relationship with someone, focusing on a partnership with them of some sort. It looks like something could have gotten to be too much or gotten to be too stressful, and you could have felt like you weren't getting what you needed out of it emotionally either. So whatever this is that you're stepping into, it feels like leveling up emotionally, where you're doing things where you're more so finding what you need, like to meet the requirements that are connected with your values, your internal values. There can be some anxiety about this shift that you're experiencing, but I'm seeing things are really going to turn out well for you. This can be also addressing something that feels a bit sometimes like overwhelming mentally, but again, I'm seeing things are really going to be working out for you, and you're definitely shifting into a better situation all around. The conversation that's had about that cycle that had closed out already, I'm seeing it feel like a stressful conversation. So yeah, it happened. There's still talk about it. I'm seeing this not be like an easy conversation to have, but it feels like allowing things to like move forward in the way that they need to. This connection that it feels like is the center of all of this stuff that's going on, or at least in the middle of it, you could have been feeling kind of stuck mentally, or you could have been like fixating on something mentally, but it feels like it was just because of something that you had been processing and dealing with while you were connecting with this person. This could have been struggling with some type of pain, trauma, heartbreak of some sort, just something where you could have felt like there was like suffering involved, now there's healing involved in it, that type of thing. Moving on from whatever it was that you're leveling up from, you could have felt like, if I really do move forward with this, there's a part of me that is worried about like the pain that's to come, because I'm seeing there be like a transitionary space here. And having 8 of Swords and having 3 of Swords can feel like I feel like this is a direction that I should go in, but from a mental standpoint, I feel sort of weary about there being potential pain moving forward. But something you may just have to wait and see what's going to be happening. There could have also been this feeling of like, I don't want to knowingly invest in something that's going to be potentially painful. Or there could have been like, am I going to be doing that, and wanting to check in about that. I wonder too if you felt like something was somewhat inevitable that it would happen. Looks too like someone from the past may be coming through to connect with you. This can be in the next cycle that's coming up. I'm definitely seeing someone come through interested in you, Scorpio. Seeing someone's been like working hard. They may be really into their job, something like that. They may be really focused on their job right now. Responsibilities that they have could be something that they're sort of centering in on. It feels like an overlapping of like stuff coming to an end, and as those things are ending, there's also new stuff that's beginning as well. And so right now feels like a very transitionary time of like this cycle and you being in that in-between space where you're still dealing with the endings of things and also the new-ish beginnings of things, and what things are going to look like when you cross the threshold and are no longer dealing with that other stuff anymore because you've like fully moved into the next cycle. It feels like this next cycle is going to be centered around connection and potential too. And you also closing out the mental and emotional and energetic residue of the last cycle. Taking time that you need for yourself, taking time out for yourself. And I'm also seeing towards the end of this part of the spread, which is the end part of this reading, I'm seeing that there's like self-care happening. There can be resting and recharging that's happening. There can be you tending to whatever you feel like needs to be tended to in your personal life with yourself. I'm seeing you getting into something that you feel happy to be there. You feel interested in doing whatever this is that you're doing. And this is like the majority of what you're sort of investing in at this point in time. And with that, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everyone for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.